tightened its grip on first place with an 82-63 road win against Estudiantes, and Baskonia held on to fourth despite falling on the road against lowly Manresa. Manresa outscored Baskonia 58-37 across the second and third quarters to rock the visitors. And with Pere Tomas feeling it from deep, held on for an 87-82 victory and just its fourth win of the season. Unicaja and Barcelona closed the round tied for fifth, with Gran Canaria and Morabanc Andorra making up the 8. Gran Canaria improving to 15-8 with an 89-70 road win against Real Betis. Kyle Kuric with the game-high 14 points for Gran Canaria. It's time for our plays of the week. And we've got some magic from Real Madrid's Luka Doncic at number 10. Sergio Llull with the finish against Barcelona. We've got more from Spain at number 9. Patrick Alder elevates for Manresa. At 8, Yoman Bartolo takes flight for Telecom Baskets in the FIBA Europe Cup quarterfinals.
So easy by Yoman Bartolo.
Hakeem Warwick shines for Leonis de Pons in the Liga de las Americas at number 7.
Over the top.
At 6, Perth's Bryce Cotton sets up Angus Brandt in the Australian NBL Finals.
Takes them all up. It's such a difficult matchup. Look at Mitch Norton doing a really good job stopping that herky-jerky game. Wow.
Mark Gasol is big time for the Memphis Grizzlies at number 5.
Running down the lane and throwing it down.
You just forget how long he is. He doesn't have to be a great athlete.
At 4, Real Madrid's Sergio Llull strikes late to sink Barcelona in the latest edition of El Clásico.
Canastón impresionante de Llull, cayéndose el antebrazo lesón para anotar un tiro que acabaría siendo ganador. Sin embargo, quedaban aún 5 décimas y el Barça Lassa tendría una última opción para llevarse la victoria.
BCL round of 16 action at number 3, Banvit's Jordan Theodore connects with Furkan Korkmaz.
Lob City comes to Bandirma. Once again, Theodore from half court, and Korkmaz doesn't need any invitation. If it's anywhere close, he's going to go up and get it and dunk it.
And at number 2, we sign off with the first of 2 spectacular entries from Pinar Karsiaka's Josh Owens.
To Istanbul. Boy, that is a thing of beauty if you're a Karsiaka fan. Now the pass. Oh, and Owens goes up for the authoritative response. Gosh, Josh. And takes it.
That's all for this week. Follow FIBA on your favorite social media network.
Get into the spirit of the SEA Games 2017 Kuala Lumpur with a look back at the glorious moments and achievements of our athletes. Imbasan Sukan Sea every Monday, 10:30 p.m. on Astro Arena and HD.
Wow, it's beautiful. Don't do it, Tony.
Come on! programs on demand, now on Connected PVR and all-new Astro Go.
The NBA on Astro Supersport 4 and HD.
I really wish that I could have done more for you, but it was...
Oh, I did? Oh, God. That's terrible. I had no idea.
Players, put your pinky rings up.
Here's Butler. And Lopez rattles it down. DeRozan sees an opening, drives and throws it down. DeMar DeRozan. Galacia wide open, and what a pass by Rondo.
I'm a shooter. I'm only shooting threes from now on, man.
Butler for three. Butler for three, and he scores. Butler rising up high and knocking down the three.
Look out!
Has it denied by Ibaka. Ibaka at the other end. Maybe a sign of things to come.
Put your pinky rings up.
Greetings, Malaysia. Thank you for joining us on Daily for some 24-karat magic. Okay, she's Michelle dancing over there, and I am Nadia.
Yep, so much going on in the NBA as we head into what Sir Alex Ferguson would like to call squeaky bum time.
Yes, and that is why we start in the East, where the Chicago Bulls were trying to avoid not making the playoffs in consecutive seasons for the first time since 1998. Up against fourth place Toronto, a team they beat less than 2 weeks ago, the Bulls led by as many as 15 points. Yeah, but only to throw it all away.
So sad.
Still no Kalo for the Raptors, but no problem. His brother from another mother kept things going for the prehistoric beast.
Everything. Powell took an extra dribble. They may not get it off. It's online. DeRozan is the one.
A worthy nominee for our play of the day, but then things became a little too physical. Watch what happens.
By Jimmy Butler, who has 24. We got a fight. Watch out. Lopez and Ibaka throwing punches.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you. Yeah, they threw some big ones there. They got to get Ibaka out of here now.
He was playing physical basketball, and he got frustrated. And, you know, it's basketball. That thing happened. We just started pushing each other, like, you know, like always happen when it's contact. And then he threw the punch, you know, and like a man, I have to defend myself. You know, I'm not just gonna be out there and watch a man like him punch me and just walk away.
You know, it seemed like I had 3 guys on me. You know, I was being pulled back, and I'm not sure what was going on on the other end, but it felt like nobody had any hold on him, and he just kept coming at me with his arm, you know. And I was just trying to get him off me. I'm expecting to be suspended, you know, could go either way, whatever.
When things finally calmed down, Toronto would eventually claw back from a 15-point deficit to tie the game. Thanks to DeRozan, 42 points on the night for him. And Double D could have won it for the Raptors right here with seconds remaining, but this one needed overtime. And we've got Corey Joseph with the dagger from downtown. There it is. So lead by 4. Kalo still not celebrating because Jimmy Butler was on the prowl, cutting the gap to just 2 right there. But it was too little, too late. The 42 by DeRozan is also the 5th time he scored 40 or more points in a season, beating the record of 4 games set by Chris Bosh 9 seasons ago and Vince Carter more than a decade ago twice.
Chicago's loss was Miami's gain. Hassan Whiteside led the way against Phoenix, taking it coast to coast for that slam jam right there. Ronnie McGregor wanted it on the party too, but he wasn't quick enough. Tyler Johnson was, tying things at 18. And later returning the favor by finding Wayne Ellington in the corner. Ellington finished with 11 points from the bench, and Miami lead by 5. Now we're still in the second queue here. Johnson with the breakaway after the rejection by Whiteside. 13-point gap to the rebound record for Miami at the same time with 14. Now he closed the game on a sour note though, leaving the game after hitting his finger against the backboard. Miami still took the W to move into the top 8.
We hope Hassan's doing well because it's been a nice week for him. I mean, you guys get back on the winning track today. Yesterday he's named Player of the Week for the Eastern Conference, became the all-time leading rebounder for a single season tonight. Passing, running, cycling. You've been with him during his growth. How happy are you that these things are starting to pile up for him?
I mean, I'm extremely happy. I've been with him since the D-League, so I've seen the transformation that he's made, both on and off the court. I mean, he's grown up a lot, and you're starting to see what he's capable of. And what's crazy is he even has another level that he can get to. So, we're looking forward to it.
Now that result means Miami are only half a game behind 7th spot Milwaukee. And of course, 1 game ahead of Detroit with 11 games left in the regular season. Now, there's still the business, of course, of playing the team from the Motor City next Tuesday, which may just determine whether they will be busy in the postseason.
In the West, Damian Lillard needed a big game against the Bucks to help 9th seed Portland snatch that last playoff spot. Giannis Antetokounmpo dictated the early play, finishing off the fast break. The floater right there, part of his 22 on the night, and the Bucks closed out the half on a 12-4 run. Chris Middleton helping the cause with 26 points in this game. Now remember when I said Dame needed a big game, well, he finally woke up driving in for the floater before the play of the game, and possibly day, a behind-the-back move on John Henson, which left the Bucks center in no man's land. Certainly worth another look there. Dame was certainly putting on a show tonight. Another floater to put the Trailblazers up by 3, but not when it mattered most. Dame from beyond the arc to send the game to OT, but no good. 31 points, not enough for Portland, who lose by 3. Portland was always going to have a tough task. The Bucks are, after all, the most form in the NBA currently with an 8-2 record, better than the likes of the Warriors, Spurs and the Rockets. Takes a lot to be on top of that illustrious list, I must say. Over to another team vying for a playoff spot in the West.
And with Portland losing, 10th seed Dallas had a chance of edging upwards to that final playoff spot. And of course, there's a small matter of the curry ball. Seth got the ball rolling against the Warriors, dishing the dimes to Harrison Barnes. And then later receiving the helper from JJ Barea. Now putting it on the plate for Nilo Knowles to dunk it in. And if you thought that was good, till you see this. Barea finding Devin Harris with an inch-perfect pass between the legs of Sean Livingston. Now the other Curry Steph only made 50% from the field. So, Green. And then finding his splash brother Klay Thompson, not once, but twice from downtown. Klay had 23 points on the night as the Warriors become the first team to win at least 28 road games in 3 consecutive seasons. Now the L means Dallas remain in 10th and still has some work to do if they are to launch a late assault on the playoffs. That coveted spot is currently occupied by Denver. Now the Warriors were so comfortable with that win, they could actually rest Steph in the 4th quarter again. Something Steve Kerr explained was very, very important.
You guys have been able to rest Steph for 4 straight 4th quarters. As essentially obviously a game of rest, but everyone's talking about rest right now. How good is it to get that kind of rest from Steph?
Well, yeah, it's great. It's kind of been the formula the last few years. We've had enough comfortable wins where we can give Steph that 4th quarter off, and normally we give him the first 6 minutes off anyway. So what you're really talking about is 6 minutes a game, and so his minutes, instead of being at 35, 36, they're at 29 or 30, and that's a significant difference over the course of the season, and especially right now, you know, down the stretch, coming off that tough trip a couple weeks ago back east. It's a good time for us to be able to extend leads and get him on the bench.
Nice one, Steve. Speaking of rest, coming up after the break, what prompted Jason Day to react this way?
Oh, I did? That's terrible. I had no idea. That's terrible, man.
This broadcast of the Premier League is brought to you by Wanda Coffee. Try the new Wanda Extra Presso. Brickfields Asia College, the fastest and smartest way. And MyEG, your e-government service provider.
Hey, wait, come back. This is not a commercial. It's not a commercial. Actually, it is. It's more than that, though. As a consumer, we always want extra perks for everything we buy. Waterproof one on this phone. Wow, slow-mo shot. Wow. You guys are serious about a demo. Huh? In most loyalty programs, when you purchase something, they reward you with either cash or points. But at Sen Heng, for every item you purchase, you get both cash and points. Double rewards. Shock, right? Oh, yo! It's the Samsung SUHD Curve TV! Hey, this TV waterproof one,
You're not satisfied, you know, you want to always win.
We are bringing the best out of each other every time we go on court.
If I could win this, it's gonna be the best thing ever in my life.
Everyone wants to win, and I'm going to give it everything I have.
I'll have to be at my best today.
May the better man win.
The Allen British Open 2017 on Astro Supersport 2.
Every game, every weekend. The Premier League only on Astro.
Dear fans of Manchester United, I have decided to make a permanent move to Chicago Fire. I really wish that I could have done more for you, but it was... Thank you especially for your amazing support during my time at the club. I will never forget it. Having been part of the team which won last year the FA Cup, this makes me very proud. I also would like to say thank you very much to the wonderful fans, the atmosphere, and also the great staff at the club, and especially my fellow players. So thank you very much. I believe and I'm sure that Jose Mourinho and his team will bring back the trophies to Manchester United soon. So I wish you all the best. Thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you very much, Basti. That was Bastian Schweinsteiger's farewell video to fans after Manchester United agreed to let him leave for the MLS. Basti, of course, will still be subject to a medical and visa application now. The World Cup winner has actually signed a one-year deal with an option of adding another. But of course, if you're like us and are wondering who Chicago Fire are, well, here's a summary. The men in red is actually currently bossed by ex-Atletico Madrid player Veljko Paunovic. Now, last season, they only finished 10th, not enough to qualify for the playoffs, but they do have previous honours, though, to their name, including the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup and the MLS Cup.
Ahead of a date with Germany in Dortmund, England manager Gareth Southgate tried to explain the Three Lions' recent lack of success.
We have to change the way we do things. We have to change the way we think. We have to change the way we work because we've not had the success that our opponents have had over such a consistent period of time. So in that respect, they're a great model for us to look at.
Incredible comeback in the Champions. The four-time world champions also prompted some complimentary words from Southgate, labelling them a model for every other nation.
I think what our opponents tomorrow have had is a consistent plan. They've had consistency in their thinking from youth level right the way through. Spain were the same in terms of the way they've had success. So we're different. You know, we're an island. We've got to get off the island and learn from elsewhere. But also we've got some great strengths which if we couple those with some other traits, then we could be more powerful than anybody.
Now this one will be live on your TV screens tomorrow morning at 3:40 a.m. on Astro Super Sport 3. Meanwhile, more football drama in American terms, that is. So if you caught our show yesterday, you would have seen the news on the search for Tom Brady's Super Bowl winning jersey. Said to cost around $800,000, the jersey was recovered in Mexico. More footage released by the media here shows how the suspect, Mauricio Ortega, may have stolen it. With enough access as an accredited member of the international media, Ortega is seen removing the jersey from a black leather bag, places it in a black plastic bag before walking out with it under his left arm. Ortega has not been arrested or charged just yet. Fresh off winning 2 tournaments this year, current world #1 Dustin Johnson is pitted in a group that features 4 major champions at the WGC match played this weekend, while defending champion Jason Day has it slightly easier, grouped with Mark Leishman, who just won the Arnold Palmer Invitational, Pat Perez and Lee Westwood. But the former world #1 had better make sure he's on his game when the tournament tees off, because he was far from it when meeting the press beforehand. Now, when asked about the unpredictability of the competition, this is what he had to say.
Who won it the year after that? Before that? Before Rory. Oh, I did. That's terrible. I had no idea. That's terrible, man. Okay, who won before that? Okay, yeah. So I mean. Yeah, that's shocking. Can't believe I forgot I won it. Leish is one of those guys. He's kind of quiet out there. He'll hits it pretty decently straight. Hits a lot of good iron shots, and then when he chips and putts well, he gets on a streak. So that's obviously one match you can't really go in thinking it's easy. It's like I said, nothing's easy in this kind of a format because anyone can come out and play well, but. Yeah, if he putts well and chips are good, then he'll be very, very tough to beat.
And in case you forgot, just like the current world #3, though he may have been humble bragging there, here's how Day has fared in previous match plays at the WGC. The 2-time champ could only tie for 52nd 2 years ago, and also came close in 2013, only to finish 3rd after losing out to Matt Kuchar. He finished in the round of 64 back then. But he's feeling a lot more confident ahead of this weekend's challenge.
I mean, I'm playing very well right now. I think that's my advantage. But playing match play doesn't matter if you're #1 or whatever number you are. That doesn't matter. Because it's only 18 holes. Earlier that summer was Pebble, where I played terrible in the final round. And then kind of in the same situation, in the last group on Sunday at the PGA at Whistling Straits, and played very well. Everyone remembers the penalty I got on 18, but I birdied 16 and 17, to get the 1-shot lead going into 18. So, in those situations, knowing that I have the game, I have what it takes to, to perform on, Sundays at majors. Right now, I'm focused on this week. Augusta's still 2 weeks away. I got 2 more tournaments to play before I get there. So, I'll focus on Augusta when I pull down Magnolia Lane.
All right, Nadia, did you know that there's only been one occasion when the winner of the WGC Championship also won the match play?
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Well, you have to rewind the years back to, 14 years ago for that. The record breaker in question was, of course, Tiger Woods. Since then, nada.
All right, you learn something new every day, right, Michelle? Thanks for that. Now, more ahead on Daily, including our play of the day. Which of these made the cut? Now, you'll have to stick around to find out.
Took an extra dribble. They may not get it off. It's online.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Khas untuk anda, Bola at Mama akan bersiaran secara langsung dari restoran Hakim Seksyen 7 Shah Alam 23 Mac ini. Jom ramai-ramai. Kita sembang bola sambil menikmati santapan menarik di restoran Hakim. Ayam goreng dia, Nindia, teh tarik, roti canai, roti telur, semua ada. Jangan lupa, Khamis 23 Mac, 9 malam di Astro Arena dan juga HD.
Gaming fans, here's something you'll go crazy for. A fresh side to the wild world of gaming.
No, don't.
Join the party. 360 on EGG.
In 2005, after Champions League final, I went back to my home city. I haven't been there for many, many years. And I met in the street, some of the guys that bullied me when I was young. And I was thinking, here I am, I can be an idiot, or I can just be smiling and happy. And I was so confident in who I was and what I've done that I wasn't cocky, but one of them worked at McDonald's. And there's nothing wrong working at the McDonald's, but I just won the Champions League. So what I did when I knew he was working there, I went to McDonald's and ordered by him. I didn't say anything. I just walked up to the counter, said, "1 Big Mac, please." And I recognized him, and I know he recognized me. I didn't say anything. I just was happy, smiley, but I knew. In my head, I was thinking, "In your face," and I walked out.
A happy man.
Happy me for happy man, and but I do think those who bullied me were happy for me at the end and proud because I worked so hard to get there. But it was very good for me.
New episodes of League of Legends premieres on the first Thursday of April at 9 p.m, so don't miss it, okay? Manchester United is set to play City, Real Madrid and Barcelona in the International Champions Cup around the States come July. The Champions League-like matchups in pre-season was confirmed in a star-studded event in New York, which saw the likes of Paolo Maldini in attendance. Maldini's former club AC Milan will feature in China for this year's competition, taking on Dortmund, Inter Milan and Bayern Munich. And the five-time European Cup winner was all for such tough games ahead of the new season.
After 5-6 days of a pre-season, you play against Manchester, against Barcelona, and you're very tired. But it's good because you start building a winning team because you don't want to lose. There's no friendly game between these teams, big teams. So you start working on your mentality.
Also present at the unveiling was arguably the most successful British manager who admitted he missed the adrenaline at big matches.
I went to the Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid final, and I said to Kathy, I says, these are the games, because it churns inside your stomach.
True.
For an hour before the game, when the players are out for their warm-up, you're on your own. You're looking for someone to talk to. You just can't wait for the game to start. The excitement is boiling up, and I really miss that.
Back in the NBA, Andre Drummond led Detroit against the already eliminated Brooklyn Nets. First cue, the Pistons got their engine going. Dre with the catch and the release for the layup. And of course, then we've got Brook Lopez here, one against all, dancing his way in the paint for the two. Now things only got worse for the away side. I gotta tell you, Dre is setting the screen for Ish Smith. But he bumps his knee with Spencer Dinwiddie, ending his night, sadly for the number 0 who had 13 points and 17 rebounds. Now Detroit knew they needed to up the tempo, so Smith on the attack finds Marcus Morris, but he misses the jumper. No worries though, Tobias Harris was there for the putback, tying things with seconds remaining. Or rather 2.4 seconds on the clock, and then Velo makes the jumper at the buzzer for the win, shifting Detroit off the top 8 spot. Brooklyn celebrate like they made the playoffs right there. So funny.
Close out the season right. We don't want any slippage, and tonight our team came in, and for most of the 48 minutes, we were focused and concentrated and knew what we wanted to do.
Brooke, you put up 29 points, but talk to me about some of the teammates like McDaniels, Archie Goodwin, Spencer Dinwiddie, guys trying to prove what they can do in the slate.
As I mentioned to you this morning, Sarah, it's all about the huge opportunity they have, and they realize, coming in here, they have a chance to make huge contributions, whether it's scoring and get assists, whatever it is, they need to come in and contribute across the board, and they realize that, and they're prepared.
The Pelicans were in search of a third consecutive win against the Grizzlies. First quarter now, the Grizzlies in control. Marc Gasol with the basket and the foul. Then Mike Conley from downtown, 16 points on the night as the Grizzlies lead by 12. Now we'd have to jump to the third Q to see any kind of New Orleans fight back. Anthony Davis finishing with a double-double, 19 points, 13 rebounds. But all eyes were on this man, DeMarcus Cousins, lethal from just about everywhere on the court. And then later, the alley-oop for Davis right here. The Pelicans would outscore their opponents 32-13. More of Cousins, the crossover, the bucket, and the foul. He'll also end the night with a double-double, 41 points, 17 boards. New Orleans now just 4 games behind a playoff spot.
It sure was fun watching you tonight. You were only the second player, along with Kevin Love, since 1983 to have at least 40 points, 17 boards, and 5 made threes in a game. What was clicking for you tonight?
Just came out and wanted to be aggressive. You know, my teammates, my coaches, they've been telling me to be aggressive, just to go out and be myself, and that's what I tried to come out and do tonight.
And you even got to the line a few times.
That helped out a lot, so thank you. They know who I'm talking to, thank you.
I bet. You looked like you were having fun, especially on a couple of passes where you set up AD. Your facial expressions were awesome.
I mean, it's always fun to see AD flying above the rim, so I enjoy that just as much as, you know, scoring a basket. So good team effort all around. We had a lot of fun tonight, and it's always fun winning.
All right, for all you NBA fans out there, here are some of the games we have coming up for you this week. In the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics will look to make it 2 wins in a row when they entertain 6th place Indiana. While in the West, the Grizzlies will be hoping to bounce back when they face the San Antonio Spurs on Friday.
Now, if you didn't already notice, we're introducing a new part to the show every Wednesday beginning today. Our pick for play of the day. Now, there was stiff competition from all the NBA games we featured today. There was JJ Barea pass to Devin Harris, Damian Lillard's behind-the-back dribbling, Brook Lopez's winner against Detroit, and of course, who can forget the buzzer beater by DeMar DeRozan against Chicago, right? But our first ever winner has to go to LA Clippers' Jamal Crawford. I know we didn't feature that game on the show today, but I'm sure you'll agree it beats out the rest. Check this out. Beating the buzzer at the end of the third quarter. And he was deep in his half. With nobody blocking his path, nothing but net. He'd finished with 15. And the Clippers won that game by 24 for their 3rd straight win.
Right, this just in, everyone. Liverpool Ronnie Moran has passed away after a short illness, and he was 83 years old.
Well, Moran was actually the club's longest-serving employee, having played close to 400 matches for the Reds and winning the 1963-64 First Division title.
Yep, he also filled in as caretaker manager twice, which includes leading Liverpool at Wembley in the 1992 FA Cup final.
Well, Lez Ann and Mark will be with you tomorrow on the show. Well, thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Khas untuk anda, Bola at Mama akan bersiaran secara langsung dari restoran Hakim Seksyen 7 Shah Alam 23 Mac ini. Jom ramai-ramai. Kita sembang bola sambil menikmati santapan menarik di restoran Hakim. Ayam goreng dia, ngindia tarik, roti canai, roti telur, semua ada. Jangan lupa, Khamis 23 Mac, 9 malam secara langsung di Astro Arena dan juga HD.
Ultimate thrill ride.
I can't wait to get to WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, here we go! And here we go!
WWE Network most anticipated event, WrestleMania. Subscribe via channel 200.
The NBA on Astro Supersport 4 and HD. Gaming fans, here's something you'll be